Put the kids to bed. The dads are back in town. We are the Dad World Order podcast representing the DWO. I am, as always, the one, the only, Mr. Magnificent, Mike Martin. Thank you. Thank you. With me, as always, my trusted colleagues. The Bluegrass Bomber himself. He calls himself Brando. We call him Couch. You can call him. Just don't call him late for dinner. What up, brother?
Scissor me, daddy ass.
Woo! Forever champs.
That's right.
And hailing from parts unknown, the man, the myth, the legend, Eric Big Rig Maffei.
There we go.
Got him.
Love it.
What is up, dads?
A whole lot.
Sorry, a bit distracted with this Bengals game.
Yeah, hanging out watching the Bengals game.
Tua literally just got murdered.
Okay.
I don't even know what happened.
Doing good. Interesting Dynamite. Pretty good Raw.
Yes. That Gargano and Kevin Owens match was
so
I'll watch
good.
it back again this afternoon.
So good. I enjoyed that thoroughly.
The Mox.
Just seeing Johnny back. I love it. I love.
It's just so smooth in the ring, man. Everything.
Well, seeing Johnny back and seeing KO back to the prize fighter, like, give me that all day long. Like, yes, please. So, yeah. I mean, other than that, I'll tell you what. Liv Morgan freaking senton off the top rope through Lacey Evans through a table.
God, she's serious. She's ready for Extreme Rules.
That was legit.
Now, speaking of Extreme Rules, read today that the big reveal for the White Rabbit is supposed to be at Extreme Rules, though they could not state whether or not they were would be in person or just a video or something. But the reveal.
When is Extreme? Saturday?
I'm not sure of the date on that, actually. We get a fact check on that.
We'll let you know in a second.
Because that'd be a hell of a Saturday. NWF, DW representing.
October 8th, so next weekend.
Next weekend.
Of course.
But of course. Next Saturday.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, that would be pretty great, actually. But even way, we still get the NWF this weekend. The DWO invades the NWF.
I'm pumped for that.
What you gonna do, brothers, when the DWO comes in and runs wild on you?
Love it.
I don't have the stuff. I can't do it.
I can, but I won't.
I know you had the hand motions.
I got the motions and the hand. I just am terrible.
I love it.
Accent's bad.
You got the same haircut.
Thank you.
Zing.
Jesus Christ.
You should have done a clap.
Oh man.
Something
Sorry,
that I'm kind of noticing. If you look at Extreme Rules from T. Higgins, go touchdown. Okay, sorry, T. Higgins touchdown.
You're ahead of me.
Sorry, I ruined it for you.
Yep. Spoiler alert.
Well, deal with it. Speed up your TV.
Turn the game off and do a podcast, dick.
It's the Bengals on Thursday Night Football. Of course, I got the game on.
Pause it.
Pause it.
It's coming back later. Don't look at any social media for like a couple hours.
Yeah.
Yes. Who did?
So if you look at Extreme Rules from last year and look at Extreme Rules this year, one of the big qualms that I had with last year's is that they were having a pay-per-view called Extreme Rules. And you had maybe 2 matches that were actually Extreme Rules matches.
Yes.
This one, you got a fight pit match, a strap match. I think one of them's a ladder match now. The Bianca and Bailey. Like, yeah.
Thank you.
That
always killed me. Like Hell in the Cell. You know, you'd have one Hell in the Cell match. You know, and it's like, you can't call a pay-per-view that. Like, every match should, you know, if you call it Hell in the Cell, every match should be in the cell. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I would think so.
That's what I'd love to say.
I never understood that.
Yeah, I don't.
You know what I miss? I miss the old, like, Survivor series when they had just, like, all these crazy teams of, like, 5 or 6 superstars, and you'd see, like, Demolition and Jake the Snake team up with Greg the Hammer Valentine and Coco Beware versus, like, I don't even know.
I missed the 3 stages of hell match.
The 3 stages?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
That's an old one.
Yeah.
So I loved just the fact that you have the whole semblance of this pay-per-view is Extreme Rules, and all the matches on it are some form. It's not just a bunch of no DQ matches. It's the strap match,
some sort of stipulation of some sort, and
I like it.
Living up to its namesake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is.
Is Friday's
things, you know?
Is Friday supposed to set up Roman's opponent?
Honestly, I haven't read any preview of SmackDown.
I mean, have they even built anything for him?
Or
is it just going to be?
It's just going to be the tribal queef. He's just going to come in, oos, and then gone.
Yeah, oos it up.
He's going to oos. There's going to be ooses.
Oos, baby.
I don't know.
Maybe the honorary oos actually plays a part in the actual winning.
Right. I don't know.
God, how great was that?
Go ahead.
How great was that bit with Sammy and Roman?
It was amazing.
He had me hook, line, and sinker.
I mean, that's what I'm loving about. I think the most about Trips taking over is look at how. I mean, I guess it hasn't been a ton, but I feel like there's more talent that is getting over organically just because the storylines are good.
Yep, I agree.
I mean, Sami Zayn was thrust into, and he did the best with what he was given. But he was thrust into you're a heel, you're a heel, you're a heel. And he's such a likable person. Like, just let him be a babyface, man. Like, yeah, he's part of a heel faction right now. But
he's still coming off as a babyface.
Pop when he turns on the bloodline, which is what I'm hoping for, is going to be insane.
I think it's going to be the new one. It's a new Oos, whatever his name. I can't ever remember his name. I think he's going to be the one that turns on.
Yeah, absolutely, Bengals. Hey, look, Couchy's got you as his profile picture.
Homer. So many sounds, so few spaces on my sound bar.
I know it. But yeah, I'm excited that he's organically over. I mean, I know they were in Canada this past week, so like the pop's probably going to be a little bit bigger, but still, like, I feel like the general reaction to him getting that shirt and everything was like, yes, like, this is awesome.
And just like his swag that he walks with now, that he's like,
yes,
in case you didn't know, check the shirt.
Part of the bloodline.
Yeah. Kind of a big deal now.
Honorary big deal.
Honorary. So do we think that SmackDown and Raw next week or I guess SmackDown this week, and then Raw and SmackDown next week are still going to have more teases since they said they're not going to reveal White Rabbit till Extreme Rules.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Do you
I
think
think
they'll get
they'll-
more revealing, or do you think
I
it'll
think
be
so,
more
yeah.
of the QR stuff?
No, I think it's gonna be more
I
little
think it'll be
dragging like and then just like hook you in. There's not gonna be much in it. No.
I think they go a little bit bigger, at least on Raw and SmackDown next week. Maybe not SmackDown this week, but Raw and SmackDown next week. I think they progress it a little bit.
yeah, I think they'll make the breadcrumb just a little bit bigger.
Right.
So to say. But yeah, because I feel like, I mean, from what I read, they said that it's getting over way more than they actually expected it to, which I don't know why.
Well,
it
and I
would,
mean, you look at it, dude. It's brilliant.
It's Bray Wyatt. Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Yeah. It's everywhere. It's
Freaking
what everybody's talking about.
QR code. And I mean, pretty much everybody knows who it is, but there's still that air of,
what if?
could it be somebody else? I don't know. You know? I like that they're, hey, let's try some new stuff. And they did, and took off like wildfire, man.
The product in whole is
I
just been
saw
so
it.
enjoyable.
What was
What, Couch?
I was watching a thing the other day, something about Bray Wyatt training. He was training with somebody, throwing a medicine ball, doing this and that. So that just kind of like, was that you, Mike?
I
can't remember. I saw.
I did see it posted about. I seen a short video of him like working out in a ring,
Maybe
just kind of like doing calisthenics or something like that.
Yeah.
I didn't see him actually doing any wrestling moves, but
it's got to
Lord, yeah.
So do we think he comes in with the faction, or comes in by himself? Or comes in by himself and then builds the faction?
Comes in by himself and builds the faction to take away and destroy the bloodline.
I don't know, though, because
I don't think he takes the title.
I hope not.
I think Cody wins the Rumble and beats Roman at Mania.
I want to lose the title and then just carry it for a little bit, and then Cody come back, take it, and be a.
Which that's still the thing, though, is I don't know how they're going to do that. You almost don't want Cody to win the Rumble, because if they're going to do Rock and Roman at WrestleMania, which I believe is the plan this year, since it's in Hollywood and all that jazz.
Yeah.
If they do that, it's not going to be a triple threat or a fatal four-way. That graphic is going to be Roman and Rock head to head.
See it.
That's going to be it.
I don't want to see it.
I know you don't want to see it.
If that's the plan, though, do they take the belt off Roman before then, though?
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe
that's what
Survivor Series or Rumble. One of the big two before they have a triple threat, 2 out of 3 falls somewhere in there. But that's the thing. He's got to go in against Rock with at least one title on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But that's what runs it for me, because I know for a fact if he goes in there with any kind of title, he's winning. It don't matter. It don't matter what it is.
The Rock's not going to win the title. The Rock's going to go take an ice bath.
The Rock doesn't need to win.
6 months afterwards.
That's why it don't interest me, because I know for a fact he's not going to win. There's no point.
It's a big money WrestleMania match. That's all it is. But I think they need to do the 2 out of 3 falls. I think that's their best option for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think the best move would be to not have them, not have a belt on him going in there, but just because that match stand on its own, is going to sell plenty.
See, and here's could be kind of a cool story, which I'm sure some people have a problem with. If he loses both belts before Mania, somehow, that could be the story with Rock coming in and being like, "You're losing it. You're not the head of the table. I am."
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Ooh. Eric, you missed your calling, buddy. Somebody get a hold of
think about that. You could almost
Mr. Creative Development.
I mean, he's still going to get cheered, but you could almost turn Roman babyface in that match. If
Yeah.
Rock works it to the berating him, you're not it, and he overcomes that without cheating, does it by himself. You know what I mean?
Turn him back again.
They could be the baby face he could be the baby face they always wanted him to be.
Yep.
But you got to remember, he's not. He's got the belt still. He's ready to give them up, or so he says.
What?
Not done with the belts till he's done with the belts, is what he said. It's his show. It's his belts. His world. It's his WWE.
Oh, yeah, whatever.
Is that a kayfabe? Anywho. Well, Dynamite, we have the celebration of the Ocho to open the show. And how entertaining is this? Full matching outfits for the JAS, crushed velvet, purple matching suits. Just, classic Jericho flair. You gotta love this guy. I mean, he just constantly. I was telling Eric before you got on, Brando, that I read a thing today to where when he was doing his whole shtick is I'm a wizard and throwing fireballs. When they did the show in Las Vegas, he actually had to register, get a magician's license in order to do that at the Vegas show. So he is a licensed magician.
Licensed magician.
Yes. Or so the story goes.
Better.
I loved everything about this segment. I know some people are like mad about it, whatever.
I'm not. I love where it's going. Now it's pitting the Blackpool Combat Club against the Jericho Appreciation Society. So
Daddy Magic.
You got your wrestlers and your sports entertainers going against each other. And Maffey, sports entertainers beat wrestlers all day.
So, one of the
son of a bitch.
Right. Perfect timing.
One of the things I keep seeing people saying is Daddy Magic reminds them of like Randy Savage Light, just in his mannerisms and the way. And it's not an insult. It's just, kind of, you want to taste. Everything's got an emphasis on the end of it.
Oh, my
I
God.
gotta punch you right in the face.
You want pizza?
It's so good, man.
They brought the freaking pizza guy back.
Oh, they did.
Luigi Primo. I'm making the best pizza.
You want me to wake him up? And I was cracking the hell up.
I love that. After Garcia hit him, he laid in the same spot for a solid 8 minutes and didn't move.
Sold it. But yeah, no, this whole, kind of, Jericho throws out that classic line, I own you. You would do what I say you would do. And, you know where that's going.
Yeah.
Nobody
We knew
wants
this
me,
was. We knew
sir.
that was coming.
Yes. But it's going to be fun to see. So we get the tag team match, Daniel Bryan and Daniel Garcia, the Daniels, versus Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara.
The Ocho.
The Ocho. He now officially goes by the Ocho, Chris Jericho.
Probably going to get a shirt.
A man of honor.
The Ocho.
I have to get a shirt.
But I like, just carrying on the Chris Jericho, we go right into the main event of the night, just roll with that. But, that Bandito and Chris Jericho match was absolutely fantastic. I mean, what a great way to kind of, premiere Bandito to a lot of the people like myself. I had never seen Bandito before, but, a fan immediately, this guy's right on par with everything else they're doing there in AEW. And
that one
wow.
and the Mox and Juice, or what, I can't think of it. What's his name?
Juice Robinson.
Juice. I was thinking Juice. That was a hell of a fucking match. Like, I was holy shit the whole time.
So here's what kind of bugged me about that match is like usually these AEW crowds are like pretty smart and like watch like New Japan stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he got like no reaction coming out, which was weird. Yeah.
Yes.
Like he's a pretty big deal in New Japan. And this was a Philly crowd, which is a notorious wrestling town.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So that was just weird to me.
Mm.
Well, they were drinking in the Ocho.
Jesus. But
Couch. The Ocho. Listen to me.
Listening.
The Ocho is
go-
probably, listen to me. He's probably going to win that tag match next week. And then he's going to face Danielson in Toronto and tap the fuck out.
No.
I'll say this. If he beats Danielson a second time, I don't care if it's for storyline or not. No, absolutely not.
Are you taking your ball and going home?
I might.
I'm kind of there with you on it. I think that they do the tag team. I don't know, but the Danielson thing, I think that Jericho goes over because I do think they're going to carry on with this. I'm going to defeat they're going to put him up against every Ring of Honor champion. I've already seen a thing where like Eddie Edwards. Who the hell was the other one? Eddie Edwards' tag team partner.
I mean, there's a bunch. There's a bunch that they could bring in.
Samoa Joe was a former
that
Ring of
that
Honor
was
champion.
the thing I was going to say is the guy to dethrone him is going to probably be Joe, being the longest reigning and arguably one of the most
I don't
popular.
think he's got it in it anymore to be.
On Joe, like he hardly. I know he was doing the voice acting thing, but you don't hardly. I mean, he was on a week or two ago.
He was supposed to be there last night, but he wasn't able to because of the hurricane.
Oh.
That's why they were like. That's why Swerve wasn't there. That's why Keith Lee was there by himself. Which I mean, a lot of people could kind of tell. Like that's why the show kind of felt like thrown together a little bit.
So we talking like
they had Audible and a lot of shit.
Hurricane, the Hamburglar, and Grimace.
No, the actual hurricane that.
The actual Hamburger.
Okay.
What?
You don't remember that Hurricane in the Rock?
Oh, Hurricane Helms?
Hurricane Helms?
What's up with that?
What's up with that? Dude's still around. He's still relevant, right?
He's producing matches in WWE right now.
Shane Helms. Nice.
What'd you guys think of the lumberjack match?
I have things to say about this. I'll let you guys talk first.
Well,
can I be honest? I didn't really pay attention to this match.
So here, okay.
I was making the thumbnail in my defense.
So this whole women's segment, I loved the match. Everything leading up to it, not so much.
Yeah.
Which I understand they couldn't have everybody there. But I don't know.
Bring out all the good people.
All the good girls. Come out. We're all friends. Let me introduce you to Toni Storm, who's been on Dynamite 8 consecutive weeks. Like, bitch, we know who she is.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It was just like, I would have loved if Tony would have grabbed the mic and been like, yeah, they know who I am. You know, like start a feud or something.
She was nervous. She even said she was nervous.
I understand she's nervous, but to me, it almost played down Tony a little bit. Like, I understand Saraya is a huge star. I get that. But we know who Tony is. Why don't you be like, hey, Willow Nightingale, give her some props, or Sky Blue, you know? We know who Tony is.
Yeah.
Tony's about to have a match and win with one of the coolest finishes I've ever seen in my life with a freaking top rope pile driver.
Yes.
Like, I loved that match. Her and Deeb were awesome. Like, I could have done without the lumberjack stuff. Like, I don't really care about that. I mean, I got why they did it or whatever.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Jamie Hayter and Willow is going to be good on Rampage. They're going to beat the shit out of each other.
Yes. Because Willow's a bigger girl that can move and is very athletic.
Like
and,
both very strong women.
And I say very, very strong on both accounts.
And it's going to be Jamie's going to be a heel in the match, but also it's going to be hey, this girl's stronger than I am, Like, I can't wait until, Jamie goes for something and Willow just pounces her across the ring and she's like, oh shit. You know what I mean?
The pounce is going to be great.
God, I love her pounce. Pops me every time. I love it. But it was just, I understand she was nervous. First promo in a very long time. I'm not going to knock her too hard.
Her lines a couple times too, because she just kind of like stopped. And
for me, it was just which I've harped on this before, was the classic. Here's all the good people that are besties, and here's Dr. Britt Baker's faction and Penelope Ford, I guess, because she's a heel too. Like, just it didn't make, like, never have they been on TV like as, hey, we're here together. We're the bad guys. Like, it was just cringy, dude. I didn't like it. Like, why didn't Saraya just go, how about, let's bring all the women out here, and then they all walk out at once, just jabbing at each other. Like,
yeah, exactly.
You can be
that'd have been way more entertaining.
You can be friends with people, but like, all the baby faces being like best friends, like, this is still a wrestling company. Like, you're supposed to want the championship.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, just because they're both baby faces doesn't mean they can't fight or both want the title. Like, I can't remember what it was. Was it All Out when Lucha Brothers won the titles? No. I can't remember what it was. It was after somebody won the titles, and it was at the end of the show. It was the main event, and like the whole tag division just came out on the stage, just staring them down. And it was like a really cool visual of, oh shit, look at all these matches we can have.
Now the target's on our back.
You know what I mean? Like that, do something like that. Like, let's bring all the women out here, and they both come out of both tunnels, and, not like they're all just going to start brawling, but kind of show off your division,
That would have been a cool visual, though,
Right.
She just has Tony Storm come out and start talking to her as the champ. And then, like you said, you have
the rest
they have separate heel and face tunnels.
Yeah.
You have all the heels come out and they meet in the middle. And like you said, just start bickering back. Dude, that'd have been awesome.
Like, no, I want and then Serena Deeb can come out and like impale somebody with her flag and then run down to the ring or something.
Tony Khan, in case you're wondering, you can get a hold of Big Rig via any of our social media right here.
Do what I can, man. I mean, other than that, like, I
like the fact that bringing her in, just like she said, I mean, corny as it is to shake things up, but we've talked about how badly, that women's division needs some love and needs some structure, and, hopefully she brings into the table some good ideas.
Mm-hmm.
She definitely brings experience. I mean, she's been doing this since she was just a widow one.
Well, and I'm hoping that this is of Christ. And I say this about WWE too. Just give them an effing storyline. Just one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know you only got one match on each show. Just give them something. Wow. Not just, well, here's the most recent challenger. Like,
yeah. So,
Deeb pinned her in a tag match 2 weeks ago, so she's the challenge.
Yeah.
Really? That's your reason? Like, the men just had a freaking battle royal to determine the challenger for the title.
Yeah.
Like, if that's the case, like, whoever pinned Mox like 2 years ago should get a shot. Like it's.
I mean, technically, it's kind of what they did with Juice Robinson.
Well, I mean, yeah, but you know what I'm saying. Just give them something.
What do you guys think of the Hangman and Mox face off?
I just got so excited because
dude.
we're gonna get to see that shit live.
Dude, they've
And
never wrestled one-on-one. Ever.
Really? It's not
This is
aware.
the first
of that.
time.
Yes, we're
They've
gonna.
been in on the opposite
brutal.
side of tags. They Kenny
never
and
one-on-one.
Hangman versus Pac and John Moxley, which, funnily enough, was in that same arena they were in last night.
Oh no shit.
And also, do you remember the casino ladder match last year
Mm-hmm.
on the way to Full Gear, whatever it was? That was also in the same arena, and Hangman and Mox were in that as well. The only time they have ever had physical interaction with each other has been in that arena, which I thought was very interesting. Shout out to Will Washington, Fightful. He noted that on his podcast today.
Pretty neat.
Pretty neat. Oh, we definitely need that soundbite.
I can.
Oh
I-
yeah.
pretty
I'll work on that.
I cannot freaking wait. I think we are on that. Like you were telling me today, Big Rig. I think we are on that right side, the right hand side, where he comes down and goes down straight. To
If
the
he
right.
takes the path he usually does, he's going to walk right by us.
Yes.
Well, then
So-
it needs to be to have Emmy right there.
Oh, dude, I'll stretch her out like a freaking walking stick. Like, all right, Em, touch him. Do something.
That child. We're gonna ruin that child.
Oh, she's
I'm kidding.
that kid.
Pro-
I mean, I don't think she fully
Protected
understood
by.
until I showed her last night, like where we were going to be sitting, and like her eyes got so big because she was like, "We're going to be that close." I was like, "Yeah,
Emmy, you're gonna be on TV.
yeah, it's going to be awesome."
Yeah, I told you guys saw those guys promoting their podcast,
Yeah,
basically sitting in pretty close to the seats that we're sitting in.
Broken
Yeah.
Tables podcast.
A
Broken
paint-
Tables podcast. Yeah.
But I loved. So I guess it kind of overshadowed it, but it all made sense, so I really didn't care that much. But they started getting face to face in the ring, and then that's when MJF's like, "It's not going to matter. You guys are just picking who's going to lose to me." And
I loved it. I was like, "This."
by the way, him and
bodies.
you want to talk about a freaking promo masterclass? Earlier in the night, him and Yuta literally cheap heats the crowd,
Mm-hmm.
puts Yuta over as one of the best wrestlers on the roster,
Yep.
and still comes out as the heel. Like, you're still not better than me. So he doesn't bury his opponent. So when MJF beats him next week, MJF just looks that much better.
Yes.
Like, that is how you cut a promo.
Generational talent.
Talent.
I
So
love it,
good.
dude.
You know,
I'm
And
so
then-
glad he's back.
Tony Giamatti, how are you? You fat.
Fat prick. Oh, we're gonna get to the commentary. God,
Oh
they
God.
killed me.
You're not gonna do nothing because you're a coward like the
When
rest.
freaking Regal sat down at the beginning and called Excalibur a freaking Rice Krispie treat, and Excalibur goes, "You can snap, crackle, and pop me anytime you want." I lost my shit. Like, oh, God, they're
Oh
so
my
good,
God.
man. And okay, I love JR to death. That man is responsible for many memorable moments of my childhood. I love JR to death, but I think they are making the right move having Shivani, Taz, and Excalibur as a 3-man booth on Dynamite. Those three are awesome.
Yes, they are.
Let JR do some rampages. Let him do some backstage interviews,
Stuff.
main event, whatever.
Yep.
Bring him in for the big stuff. but those three as a 3-man booth, and even you can rotate Ian Riccaboni in there. That dude's freaking awesome too. You know what I mean? I can't wait till they get ROH TV because that guy, him and Caprice Coleman are awesome.
It doesn't beat Rampage's commentary. There's no honor.
But, I mean, he's not the only one that can come through like that. There's a couple of guys that are entertaining in the commentary booth. None quite as much as, you know.
Well, did you see last Rampage? They had Big Show on.
Yeah.
They had Paul White come out. Like, all right, like
where has he been?
He's still with the company.
Trying to get him on the show.
He does a lot of dark commentary. And then I think he's, you know, one of the coaches and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, I'd love that MJF is back. It makes me so happy. And like, if my daughter could hear me talking right now, she'd be like, you know, Daddy, are you sick? Are you dying? What, you know, because she still doesn't understand kayfabe and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So she just genuinely thinks that
he's an awful person.
He's an awful piece of shit human being. Which is hilarious. It's hilarious to me because she, like, you know, because the past couple times we've watched it, he gets that huge pop when he comes out. And she's like, why are people cheering him? Like,
he's
so
like
funny.
Maleficent. He's just misunderstood.
Yeah. But dude, I almost want it to happen, but I don't see it happening. If he cashes in Cincinnati,
I'll go streaking.
Like, just imagine that place exploding.
I
don't think he'll do it,
I'll
but
probably
just
cry,
buddy,
like a Beatle, like a teenage Beatles fan.
like Mox and Hangman just have an absolute slobber knocker. Both dog
you know it's
tired.
gonna be.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then MJF comes in there. Pride comes down there with Morrissey and has Morrissey choke slam him 6 times. And then says, go ahead and ring the bell, puts his foot on his chest. Like, that'd be amazing.
In a suit.
Yeah. Like, scarf still on,
mm-hmm.
Picks the belt up, puts it over his shoulder, show goes off the air. Like, oh, it'd be so good. But I don't think they're going to do it. I think it'd be good, but I think they probably have something better in mind.
There would be rioting. I do believe
but that's what I'm saying, though. Like, you know how he beat Punk twice in Chicago. Like, they're not afraid to do it.
No.
Right. And he likes having that on his resume.
And that's just part of his gimmick.
And think about how over Mox is right now. Like, Mox carried them the whole summer. He's the only 3-time champion. And then MJF comes in and wins in the most heel way possible in Cincinnati. Like, oh, God. I think it'd be good.
Oh,
I don't think they'll do it, but I think it'd be good. Yeah. Maximum heat.
Either way, that Hangman and Mox match is going to be an absolute. They're going to be knocking the spit at each other's mouth. Probably going to be hitting us in the crowd.
God.
I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Spit on me.
Like, you know, they're going to give that time too. Like, that's going to be at least a 20-minuter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And this one's at a different arena. Last time it was at Fifth Third. This time it's at Heritage Bank, which is US
a little
Bank.
bigger venue. So we get to enjoy some RC Cola.
Well, Heritage Bank is also where WWE runs their.
Oh, yeah. Events. So they get a bigger venue. Rolling with the big boys. No, that's great, man.
So I guess now that Vince is gone, they don't care that they run their venues.
Yeah,
Vince was notorious for blocking other companies from running venues that they did.
That's just small-minded, though, because I mean, just competition fuels the product. And we're just gonna get.
I think it was either ROH or New Japan tried to run Madison Square Garden, and Vince basically
Made a phone call.
blackmailed the Garden into not letting them run it.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm sure they bring them a lot of money.
Oh, hell yeah. The amount of shows they run there. Shit.
I mean, Vince paid like $12 million for some pussy, so
It's true. It's very true.
What about the the Acclaim promo and Mr. Keith Lee himself?
Keith Lee, indubitably. So I kind of wish Acclaimed would have had something on air, but I get why they didn't, because this was going to be a weird show anyway, with people not being there and stuff. And then next week they're making it National Scissor Day or whatever, and they were able to be like, bring all your stuff, dude. That crowd's gonna have scissors freaking everywhere. And I saw this on the Washington podcast today too. Oh my god, it cracked me up when they said they need to make foam fingers and sell them at the venue, so you and your buddy can buy a set of fingers and just.
I will 100% buy a set.
That's what he said. Like, sell them as a pair. Dude. He's like, it's a license to print money. Everybody in that freaking arena will buy them.
I will bring mine to work just to pull it out with Mike and we're in the middle of.
People look at us so weird because him and I will do the scissor at work, and I'm all with it, and like, what the hell is wrong with you guys?
Okay, so I don't know what his actual name is. His handle on Instagram is Brainbuster. He takes a lot of photos for pro wrestling. He did a bunch of stuff with Hook. He posted something the other day that he was like, I just thought about if I was in high school while this was going on, I would 100% get suspended for being in the cafeteria and me and my buddies going, scissor me, daddy ass. And I'm like, yes, like it's DX's
absolutely.
Suck It that we all got in trouble for doing when we were kids. Yep. And in context, it's not bad, but out of context, it's terrible.
Yes. Like Mr. Magnificent said, we do it all the time when people are just like, what? And we just laugh. We're like, get out of here.
It's so funny. I had a magnificent idea at work the other day for a future idea.
He did. He was really
and I just out of nowhere just screamed, "Oh my god!" And I just run down the stairs and I'm like, "Brando!" And I spit out the idea, and he's like, "Oh my god, you scared the shit out of me! I thought something was wrong." Like, oh no, it's a great idea.
Oh my god, you know how
weird enough. I have my pants on because usually my best ideas come when I have my pants off.
Right, absolutely.
You know how loud that room is. I can literally hear him. Oh my god! Just, what?
Hey man, when genius comes, you can't control that. You just got to roll with it. You got to tell. I have to tell somebody else because I have a terrible memory, so I got to write that shit down or tell somebody that way I don't forget. Remind me in 20 minutes. God. Yeah. Anyway. So anyway, NWF show this weekend. They've actually added quite a few matches to the card as of today. Sorry, a little verklempt. We already had Star Rider and Swayze. Watch NWF Power Pod today with Swayze talking all kind of trash. He ain't going over the DWO. If the DWO themselves have to step in and say, "Not today."
Not
Swayze.
today.
Not today, Hollywood.
If me and Big Rig have to pick Mr. Magnificent up and hurl him at you, we are not
Put him through a table like Rex did.
That worked.
Star Rider's down with the DWO. And when you're DWO, you're DWO. Oh, life. Anyway. But yeah, so. Also, Kobe Kane and Noah Gabriel versus the Into the Madness tag team
Sean
championships.
Evans.
Yeah,
that'll be a good one, I think.
They had a Joe Pompano match. I think, yeah.
Pompano
Do we pick our seats,
Joe and SOB.
or do we just go in
there? Yeah. You walk in, and basically we're gonna have to. Is Mikey and his buddy coming?
Mikey, and I got 3 teenagers with me.
Dang, dude.
Yeah, I got the
You're
dude
gonna have to-
the dude world order.
You're gonna have to save me a seat then.
We will. The dude world order will be with me.
Is,
Oh my
is
god!
Mikey's
make him a
buddy gonna
sweatshirt
throw
that
his
says
cotton
that.
candy at Sean Evans when he walks in?
I'm gonna coach him up before we get there.
I can't wait.
I'm gonna coach him up. It's gonna
Just
be
heckle him. Just heckle the shit out of
Yeah.
him. Just like
Like,
be
dude.
eating cotton candy as he's going to the ring, just staring him
I'd be
down.
like, dude, he legally can't touch you. You can literally say anything you want to him. Talk about his mom, talk about his cat, talk about his old lady, tell him his feet stink.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny though because he's the kind of the little guy of the crew too, so
Right.
it's funny.
That's gonna
He's
be
a
a
good
lot
kid.
of fun. I can't wait.
They're
for
fun.
that.
It's gonna be a fun night, guys. I'm really looking forward to it. The boys been talking to me about it all week. So, yeah.
Well, it'll be the first time the DWO is we've been me and Mike, we've been me and Brando, we've been separate
Just-
at events, but
Yeah.
we've never had all 3.
All at the same place, all at the same time.
Where are we going? There we go.
I don't know. I'll figure it out one
So
day.
much scissoring.
But yeah, it's gonna be great, guys. It's
gonna be
I'm
awesome.
telling you, Eric, you've seen that. This. Again, I went into my first time at NWF. They've been around for quite a while. I used to do shows at Peel's Palace. They've turned out some big name talent. Carl
Right.
Machine
Carl
Gun
Anderson. Machine Gun.
Uh,
Bright Lights. Carl
Abyss.
Anderson.
Abyss came out of there.
One of New Japan's 17 different champions. They got a lot of belts.
He's the
Never
Yeah.
open weight champion.
salt and pepper shaker champion.
Yeah. The big LG, Luke Gallows. God, I really hope that they just wherever they end up, they're going to be so good. I love those two as a tag team.
The Strays, Mad Dog and Dakota Wolf
Yes.
taking on Juice Bros. That's going to be a great match, though. Those guys are
Hell
both
yeah.
of those teams are individually good and high energy, so it ought to be like very very classic tag team match.
Yeah, it's going to be, and like you said, it's going to be at holy shit, Mike Brown's wearing a Bengals hat. It's crazy. It's going to be at Hits.
Hits in
Indoor
Covington,
Sports off 17 there, which that'll be nice because the last one was at Burkus Brewing, which was cool, but like you said, the Hits is more like open forum, and
I
feel like they can do a little more there.
In terms of like family friendly, I feel like that one is definitely more. But that being said, Burkus, being as a little smaller and closed in, that crowd was awesome, dude. That was
that
electric.
was so much fun, dude.
Yeah. So they actually have another show November 12th, which unfortunately is the same night as Wrestling Revolver.
You better believe I'm going to Wrestling Revolver.
Yes.
Swerve, Bandito, Brian Pillman Jr. Like, need I go on?
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Mox shows up to that one. I don't know though. If he's carrying the strap for AEW, he might not. He might pull him.
I know he's about to drop the GCW strap to Gage here soon.
Oh, really?
He's done. I think he's done with that. Well, it's title versus career. And I think since he's becoming AEW's guy, I think TK's like, hey, why don't you not be champion over there anymore? We kind of need you over here type thing.
We should try to catch a GCW show. Don't they come to Columbus?
They are doing one in Columbus. I can't remember the date, but they are doing one in Columbus soon. But from what I understand, GCW shows are pretty wild.
Yeah, my cousin by marriage, Daniel, is a big wrestling fan.
Yeah.
Also a follower of the club. He goes to GCW. He always used to post cool shit.
Moment of Clarity is October 23rd.
More than
Valley
likely, I have to work.
Vale
And if it's
Ballroom.
Columbus, I can't get there from like 6:30.
Let's see what.
When is it? When is it, Matthew? October 23rd.
October
Mhm.
23rd.
It's a
I'm
Sunday.
off there. Work there.
I
Yeah,
work.
I'm off that weekend, so you guys are working.
Next time.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt.
I still got to get him Battle of the Border.
Yeah, they so they're running one Saturday at Farmers Fair in Aurora, Indiana.
Is that earlier in the day?
I think
'Cause
it's
you
like
said
1 to 3 or something like that.
You said Pompano Joe's going to be there too. Because
Yeah, he's in a
actually,
tag.
dudes.
He's in a tag match with the bad dudes.
Yeah,
He's
gotta get them on.
He's gonna. Well, yeah, absolutely. That's. I was planning on talking to him Saturday night. Try to get him on because I talked to him at Battle on the Border. He said he was in for it. I just haven't had a chance to contact him yet. But we will definitely get them on. But yeah, Saturday's gonna be a lot of fun. But also, Couch, did you finish the main event of Dynamite yet?
I did.
Okay.
I didn't hear what he said because we were technically live.
Okay.
So muted.
He basically buried the F at a Ring of Honor. Like he called it the Ring of Jericho. He said, I am gonna defile everything. I'm gonna run through every Ring of Honor champion there is.
Yes.
And like I understand its storyline, but there's a lot of good Ring of Honor champions that I don't need just fed to Jericho for the storyline. Like, please don't bring Jonathan Gresham back and just feed him to Jericho, or something like that. Like, maybe bring like Homicide in and have him have a banger. Like, I'm sure he would love to just come in and bloody the hell out of Jericho. I think that'd be awesome. But I think
I hope BJ
I just
Whitmer
I don't understand why they're doing Danielson right away. Like, you would
Can we
think
get a list of every former Ring of Honor champion.
Because
well, I know one that ain't gonna be in that running, at least not until we hear some more. Did you notice when they did the recap package about Mox winning the title 3 times, how they was like, he was interim champion over the summer and then unified the titles, and that was it?
Yes.
There was nothing about Punk.
So is he done?
I don't know, man. I mean, they're still promoting the Bucks like shoes and stuff.
a lot of people on the Nerdcast are saying that they think it's a work.
No.
Do you think they get back to that well again so quickly?
If it's a work,
it's not gonna be an MJF. You don't hear from him for 4 months. He's hurt, so it's not like he's gonna come out there and cut a promo. I mean, somebody just took a picture with him the other day, and he had a brace all the way up his arm. He's out until at least next year. But just the fact that they're not even mentioning him in video packages doesn't really bode well.
they did the same thing with MJF though.
I don't know. I don't think it's a work. I think until we see somebody come back, whether it be Kenny or the Bucks or Punk or whoever, like
Austin Aries,
they'll never bring him in. He's too controversial.
low key.
That's probably another one that'll be too controversial.
Homicide.
Yeah, Austin Aries is really politically outspoken in the wrong direction for most wrestling fans. So,
Kishi Morishima.
Tope
I don't know who that is.
Figured you might. Jerry Lynn.
Jerry Lynn's a producer for them and a coach.
I could so see that, and especially because he's older too.
Dude,
it's such a Jericho move.
Yeah. Come on, Jerry Lynn, you piece of shit.
I know another one that's not going to be on there.
Kevin Steen. Tyler Black.
Tyler Black. Roderick Strong. It is Eddie Edwards. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's Davey. Eddie Edwards held it, and Davey Richards held it. Davey Richards called him out.
Jay Lethal's been a champion. Ring
Jay
of Honor
Briscoe's
champion.
been a champion.
Jay Briscoe.
Adam Cole.
So that's what I was just gonna say. He hasn't been on in a while. He's been hurt. What if his return is Jericho's run through 3 or 4 ex-champions, and then Adam Cole comes in and he's like, nah, that's mine. That'd be cool.
You know,
that'd be kind of out of nowhere.
About this roster, dude, is like, honestly, Adam Cole's been out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, have you really like missed it that much?
No, because there's so much, people complain about that.
Nothing against him.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel like there's a void.
No, because there's so much other stuff they can fill in that place.
Right.
And they have the roster to do it. And so, I mean, in these cases where, somebody's down or a natural disaster or whatever the case may be at the time, they have the means to fill it in. They have plenty of interesting people that people want to see.
Yep.
Gotta love it. And it's in WWE, it doesn't quite have that.
So here's what and I mean, it could just be Swerve being Swerve, but Swerve keeps posting stuff on his Instagram, and there's one picture he keeps posting that is a like photoshopped photo of him with the AEW belt, with the world title belt. Dude, if they push him, I hope so bad they push him to the main event. Like, he'd be so good, man.
He's great in the ring. He's great on the mic. So if they just book him the right way, he could.
Effing swagger, dude.
Yes.
Like, yeah, MJF's probably going to win it from Mox or whatever. But, I mean, whoever takes it off MJF, like, I think Swerve would. You probably got to have, like, a really big baby face take it off MJF. Mm-hmm. But one of the things that I've heard on the Fightful podcast that I listen to, one thing Sean Ross Sapp always says is there will come a time where they need somebody that can out motherfucker MJF.
Yes.
And I feel like Swerve more than has the tools to make a character. Mm-hmm. And I think that'd be a really cool story. Like, MJF's the biggest piece of shit. Swerve's going to be a bigger one.
Just a slight adjustment to his current character to kind of make him more of a. He'd have to go full baby face.
Just be the freaking Joker, though, man. Just be anarchy. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I think it'd be so good. Look at Tyreek Hill. Just whatever.
I was just
anyway.
This is what they do to us. They, we try to keep a schedule and go live Thursday night, and they go and throw a, not only a game. They wear the special uniforms tonight.
Right.
They're beautiful.
Exactly.
So pardon us if we're a little distracted tonight. Our team's on. Well, 2 out of 3 of us.
Also, I will say,
we love you, but nobody's perfect.
About the Bandito Jericho match, like, this is probably Jericho's best run he's had in AEW. Like,
the fact that he can take those finishers.
Well, you can tell if you go back and look at him, like, last summer, last winter, and then look at him this summer, dude, he lost like a shit ton of weight. You can tell he started working out. Like, it was like he was geared up because he knew, hey, I'm going to do a last big run, really put on some matches. And
sustained run, at least,
right.
He can be in wrestling till he
yeah,
dies.
No, I'm not saying like he's going to do this and retire, but hey, if I want to do something memorable, let's do it now. And Bandito, God, if they don't sign Bandito, Tony Khan is the stupidest human being on earth
Yeah.
because I guarantee you
he's got to be talking to these guys when he pulls all these kind of random and like, hey,
and
I got this
I'll
stuff
say
working
this
for Ring of
too.
Honor.
If Triple H doesn't try to sign him, he's the dumbest human on earth too. Like that dude is, I would say arguably, if not non-arguably, like the best pound for pound luchador in the world. Like you got your Rey Fenix, you got the Hio Del Vikingo down in AAA. There's a bunch of amazing guys that can do flips and everything. But Bandito, I feel like has that complete package. He can do those flips and stuff,
And he's got the
but he's
size
also
too.
technical. He has the size, he has the strength, and he just pulls it all together in this. I mean, the moves he does, like the 21 plex, the freaking whatever the hell,
that was off the top rope,
face plant off the top rope, holding him up in a standing suplex for over a minute. Like that's a spot he does on a regular, dude. Like he pulls that out and he will do it during a commercial break and come back and he'll still be holding them up. It's awesome.
Oh shit.
It's so cool. And that's why I was kind of like mad about this match at first, because I'm like, he's just going to be fodder for Jericho. I mean, it was a great match. Like he didn't like squash him, but like Bandito needs to be signed. Like you want a guy that can consistently go out there and just give you awesome matches. That's your guy right there.
Sports entertainers. They beat them every time.
Oh,
yeah, but
couch.
they, he goes over, but he does, does it in classic heel Jericho fashion. So
right. Oh, buddy. Mike, I don't know if you saw that. Tua got rushed at UC.
I did see it. Yeah, that was bad. Dude. That was scary. He was muscle spasm.
I hope he's okay. That sucks.
Absolutely.
But
hey, shout out to the wrestling T-shirt guy for representing at the Bengals game today.
That's right. Yeah, check out wrestling T-shirt guy. He was
somebody's Moxley shirt on today.
Actually wearing my John Moxley shirt, my white John Moxley shirt to the whiteout Bengals game. So to keep that record going, gotta love it.
Gotta get that guy back on. We'll see what he's doing Sunday.
Friend of the show, guest commentator. Good old Cephas.
Ocho fan, by the way.
Oh, yeah. You too.
I know, it's got to happen. We got to get you guys on at the same damn place at the same damn time.
But if this is where the storyline's going to go with the Ring of Jericho and him, I mean, he laid out Bobby Cruz for Christ's sake. He gave him a fucking Judas effect. Like, I could see them bringing, especially because he's still a somewhat current wrestler, bringing Caprice Coleman in because he wrestles in NWA and having him commentate a match with Jericho on Rampage and then Jericho just fucking throwing him through a table or something. Like, I think that'd be good. Please don't do anything to my sweet baby angel, Ian Riccaboni. That man needs to be put in a glass case, reinforced by steel,
like
and nobody's allowed to touch him.
Lord,
sweet Ian, leave him be. But I think it can be a cool storyline.
Well, it's going to bring him a lot of attention to Ring of Honor, and I think that's the kind of.
I think that's the purpose of it. But
it's going to work.
Like, if this is the direction they're going to go, okay, whatever.
I still don't. Deal, so
I still don't. And this is not kayfabe Jericho. I don't think they needed to take it off of Claudio. I think he could have carried them into TV and done really awesome things. But if this is the way they want to go,
I agree. Claudio,
I'm all right with it.
The only thing with Claudio is he can talk on the mic, but he just doesn't have that thing that Jericho has.
And I saw somebody talking about this today too. Like, not
Don't
everybody's
get me wrong, I
gonna
love
be
Claudio.
Oh yeah.
right. No. I'm not saying that. Like, not. I think we've gotten to a point where on Raw and SmackDown and Rampage and Dynamite, we are consistently 4 days or 2 days a week having great wrestling shows on our TVs. So when somebody does a good promo, we're like, oh, that wasn't really good. Like, not everybody's going to be The Rock or MJF or, you know what I mean? And I'm guilty of it too, because I like, like Wheeler, when he was on the mic, I was like, man, he doesn't really sound that great. But I'm like, yeah, but I'm comparing him to MJ freaking F, like one of the best guys on the mic ever right now,
It's like comparing a steak from Ruth Chris to a double cheeseburger from McDonald's.
Right.
Both
Like,
right
he's
good.
the lines, you got to look at the lines he delivers. It's not necessarily his delivery, it's what he actually says. And he had some good ones.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think he said, like, how about I go out and leave you bloody in the middle of Broad Street or something like that? Like, that was awesome. Like, yeah, please.
I just like how badass Yuta's got since, he
Yes.
went from this kind of, as I call it a joke,
part
but,
of the best friends, just, yeah.
Which I love.
No, I think Blackpool Combat Club was one of their best.
And I hope it does
inceptions.
wonders for Daniel Garcia.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited to see Daniel on it. That because he's already a great wrestler. Now he's gonna have the attitude.
This is transcend him.
And I almost feel like this is going to be with the Jericho thing. A former champion is not going to dethrone him. It's going to be Daniel Garcia at the end of the line, and he takes it off him
and unifies
the pure and something like that. But here's my only problem, and this has been my problem with a lot of Jericho's feuds, is they go on way longer than they need to. Like, and then stuff, when they go on way longer than they need to, stuff happens that doesn't need to happen. Like his MJF feud last summer. It was really cool watching him go through the trials of, whatever. Mm-hmm. That was awesome. MJF had already beaten him 3 times. And then they go and fight it all out, and Jericho goes over. Why? What purpose does that serve? Why don't you give MJF that 4-0 feather in his cap, a guy that's 24, 25 years old, that's going to be in the business for another 30, 40 years?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's time. I understand that Jericho is one of the greatest to ever do it. I get that. But it's time to start, hey, let me take this feather in my cap and put it in yours.
I think that's what he's trying to do.
Here's what I'm saying. Like, he does it to an extent. Like, he did it. He lost 3 times to MJF, but then the feud kept going.
Yeah.
And then he got a win. And it's like, what's the point?
They just keep feuding until he eventually wins. And then,
like, he lost to Kingston at Revolution, and then they fight again in the middle of July. Like, dude, that's like 6 months apart almost.
He didn't lose to Kingston.
Don't start. So, you know what I mean? Like, he puts Eddie over in a really big way on a major pay-per-view, and then they're on a special Dynamite in the middle of July in a freaking barbed wire match, and he wins? Like, why? It just, a lot of it doesn't.
And a match that was tailored to Eddie, too.
Huh?
And a match that was tailored to Eddie.
Right. Yeah. Like the guy that worships Terry Funk, like loves all that All Japan, throwing everybody into barbed wire and everything. I don't know. It just, I wish.
Brando?
Just make the storylines make sense, please.
Brando, what was it you just said?
Don't do it. Don't show it.
Yes.
Did you say he didn't? He didn't what? He didn't.
Use this stretch. Jericho had to tap.
Okay, now we need to play the other.
That's my boy, Mike.
Oh.
Okay, play that one. Did you see it, Couch?
I couldn't. I was trying to read it.
Oh, hold on.
blind bastard.
Zoom in with your Hubble telescope you got on your face.
Oh my god! Now you need to play the audio. Of Chris.
Yes. If you're watching us on YouTube, drop us a subscribe and like.
Please and thank you.
Here,
Here, I'll play it
comment, even if you're not watching live.
Couch, I'll
I
play it
promise
just
to
for
respond.
you.
It's literally all I do is look at my social media for this thing to go viral.
Hold on. I'm with
So I can
you.
put my 2 weeks in.
My 2 weeks.
I got 38 views on our last video. I was like, boys, I think I
This
put
is
my
it.
2 weeks in.
We made it.
Pretty sure it's
made it.
viral. Don't worry. I won't forget you guys.
Couch, I'll play it just for you.
Chris Jericho, the greatest of all time.
1 week later.
Jericho on the verge. He does it.
No,
Real recognize real.
said the audio, not the video clip. The audio clip.
What audio clip? Oh, I know what you're talking about. On Mike's soundboard.
Mm-hmm.
You sanctimonious son of a bitch!
There you go.
You know what you need on there. You just made the list.
That's what I was
Oh,
telling.
yeah.
I was literally telling.
It's
Mike
so
that-
easy to upload.
I was
Like,
talking to Mike today about the in the works BBC, and I was talking like, and see this thing right here.
Hold on.
This
Can we
is not how
can
you
we,
do-
can we explain to the people at home what the BBC is?
It's Brando's belt corner, people. These two nicknamed it. I had no.
we just heard you were down at the BBC.
It was funny.
Not
We
this
were
time.
Running with it. I agree. It's funny. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
Oh,
Brandon's Belt Corner.
oh.
And Mike is gonna have a
Coming
soundboard.
soon.
And if I don't like a belt,
Brandon's Belt Corner.
Mr.
The
Magnificent's
BBC.
neighborhood.
Mr. Magnificent's neighborhood is coming. If a belt, if it makes the
Hello.
list, then that's bad. You don't want
Yeah.
it to make the list.
I cannot wait to just watch you with a Telecaster just going nuts on a belt. Just please do that all day long.
I can do that. No problem. Easily.
Oh, man. Well,
Chip, you know what? You just made the list! Oh no! Oh, here we go.
oh, God.
That's awesome. I love
Mike,
this
you're
show,
going to make
bro.
me get a soundboard now just so we can, like, fire back and forth.
It is seriously. I
have
had
to
so
get
much
one
fun.
now too, because I'm gonna have to get one.
Great.
Done deal.
Can't wait to tell the wife I'm tuning in to watch the BBC. No.
Craig gets
wait-
it.
we get famous.
So that's
and-
what we when it pops up.
Brandon,
on the
congratulations on your BBC.
graphic. Yeah.
Thank you.
Now it's time for
Bulky,
the
but I consider it
BBC, and then have like Mike, like a little like really fast like disclaimer. Brandon's Bell Corner, and have it like a really small type, but it just
But come out to
BBC
like
at the top.
80s
Yeah.
porn music.
Yes.
Hello, ladies. A little
Oh,
tribute.
God.
I mean,
Yes. Hello, ladies. Welcome to
Telling
the
you, we're right there.
BBC.
Well, yeah, that is.
so what's
That's all I
gonna
got.
Mr.
Yes.
Magnificent's neighborhood?
Oh, we had some good ideas for that.
Just a little preview.
No. Y'all ain't ready.
Brandon, just wait. Some of the ideas we talked about today, I think it's going to be awesome.
And then what is Big Rig getting? A Big Rig?
I don't know. I still got to figure that out.
A sassy rig?
I don't know.
Oh, we got to remake the picture. I have a great T-shirt idea, by the way.
Yes, you do.
I tried messing with it today, but the picture isn't like full silhouette. I can't make a full silhouette because it's cut off.
Exact quote from Mike on the night of All Out. Why do you look so sassy?
Why you look so?
Sassy daddy.
I have Brandon like literally crying in a photo. We were laughing so hard. It's beautiful.
Don't worry.
Wonderful things happen when we
we'll
come
get all
together,
these
boys.
bits up, and
This is why we do
will
this.
understand.
To laugh and have fun. So if you're watching and laughing, having fun, thank you. If not, I'm sorry.
We got a lot of cool
tried.
things coming, people. Stay tuned.
Absolutely.
We got great ideas.
Is that it for
Well,
everybody? We're good to go?
Yeah, man, we're at an hour 15. Nobody wants to hear us talk any damn more.
Absolutely. Just
All the
remember when
credits.
you like, subscribe, please. Anybody that watches, we would appreciate you. Because when you're DWO, you're DWO 4.
Don't forget to support the Ocho.
Top Dads out.
Dad, World War.